What ruins a movie instantly? Shitty fight scenes where I can barely tell what I'm looking at. Gotta do it like Kingsman, where the guy kills 51 people in 3 minutes or so in a cramped and chaotic building, yet you can constantly tell what's going on because of the superb camera work. When the characters have the misunderstanding and break apart trope, then they come back together to resolve conflict. I'm so sick of it, especially when the misunderstanding could easily be avoided in the moment if they just saw the simple solution staring at them in the face. When it's so dark you actually can't see what is happening. Also, characters that mumble their lines drives me nuts. Background actors in war scenes waiting for their turn to attack the main character. When they whisper a super important point of the story, and you miss it and feel confused for the rest of the movie. Forced romance. Sometimes movies don't need it, and that's okay. Whispered dialogue, ear-shattering action sequences. Main characters being invincible while everyone else dies from one punch. I get that the main characters have to survive or they wouldn't be main characters, but at least make the damage somewhat realistic. That all the major issues could be solved by a simple conversation, but instead no, I don't have time to explain, leading to forced conflict from misunderstanding. In superhero movies, when the balance of someone's abilities constantly changes, especially in fight scenes when a character could end the fight in 2 seconds, but that doesn't allow for an epic battle scene, so instead that character just randomly decided to avoid using their most valuable abilities. This completely takes me out of the moment. Characters that are brought back alive just to keep the show moving. Characters acting out of character, being morons just to make the plot work, immediately makes me see them as puppets for storytelling rather than people, and I stop caring about them. When they repeat the same sentence 2, 3, 10 times in the story for no reason, just to have a kind of motto. Poorly fleshed out character motivation and intelligence, like an astrobiologist illogically taking off their protective gear on an alien planet. A real astrobiologist wouldn't do the one thing you're absolutely not supposed to do, and now they're infected, and it was just a lazy way for the screenwriter to get from point A to point B. Poor communication between characters when setting up or resolving conflict depends on characters illogically choosing to withhold information from each other, because there's no time, or I'll explain when we get there. More lazy writing. The older I get, the more it takes me right out of the story when lazy writing shows through. I will say when they have a whole well-designed spacesuit or futuristic outfit or something that has a helmet to it or face cover that would normally always stay on or be on 80% of the time, but they just decide to never wear it or are constantly taking it off to remind us of the famous actor who is playing that person. I've also seen a few movies where a character will have a whole really cool-looking spacesuit or battle attire, only to ditch the whole thing at the beginning and go the rest of the movie looking like the most generic person ever. When the heroes survive an overblown car crash that would have crippled or killed most people, only to walk away with a scratch, it's not very realistic, even for an action movie. When you know an actor was chosen for the role for their fame and not for the casting, edit, fixed a word. But holy moly, it seems like lots of people also hate this. Here, that movie studios, we hate this time period movies where every car looks like it just drove off the lot. What cars never get dirty in movies? When you can't hear what they are saying, so for duck's sake can't follow the plot, and the next minute your ears are bleeding from gun noises, fighting, yelling, or anything loud. WTF do they do that for? Heavy makeup and perfect hair. How am I supposed to enjoy a post-apocalyptic movie when the lead actress looks like a beauty pageant contestant? Drives me insane.